What is up, Switch leaders? I'm so excited for this week at Switch. But before we get into that in the upcoming weeks, I just wanted to take a second, and I want you to take a second to maybe you just need to pause this video to take a second just to reflect on all that God has done over the last year. When I look at the way our students walk in through our doors, man, they're so excited because they know every single Wednesday night they're expectant that God is going to move in one way or another. And just to be able to see the difference from when students walk through our doors and they're welcomed and they're greeted and they're taken care of and they're brought to their new small group leaders, and just to see all of the small things that God has been doing in and through you has been so incredible. I look at what our small groups look like at the beginning of the semester to what they look like now, and to be able to see how God has been moving in every single student's life in one way or another, whether they came here, they gave their life to Jesus, they started serving, they got baptized. It's no small thing for students to find Jesus at the rate that they are. So I want to say thank you because it is not possible without your intentionality, the way that you consistently show up, but most importantly, the way that you follow Jesus and the way that you allow students in on your life to be able to see, man, you have truly been changed by the good news of Jesus, and our students just get to follow in those footsteps. And last week it was such a heavy topic of mental health, but to see our students step up to the plate, to see them, man, take what God's word says about them and what they're supposed to do with their emotions, how to process them fully. And I had so many great conversations with students, and just they were blown away at how well their groups went, along with leaders, to be able to see how you guys are leading them in the right direction to find the right help and whatever that may look like. So one, I want to say I'm incredibly proud of you. And two, I'm so thankful for you guys. It's been so cool. And I know God is just getting started here, but it is so important that we take a step, look back, and just see how far God has brought you in your leadership, you as a follower of Christ, but also your small group and the students that you get to steward every single week. So I want to say thank you. Super proud of you guys. And hopping into the last couple of weeks of Switch, we have a pretty normal night at Switch this week, but we're hopping into week 2 of our message series, Becoming Healthy Humans, where we're going to be talking about becoming spiritually healthy. And I think it's going to be so important. 2 things that you can take away going into this Wednesday night is, one, there's going to be an opportunity to share a little bit of the rhythms and the things that you do and the things that you find fulfilling in your relationship with Jesus. Time in God's word, prayer, serving others, all of those things are going to be perfect tee-ups for you to lead your students in a next step in their walk with Jesus. Because we know if we sit and we rest in the places that we have been, we find ourselves getting complacent, but God actually calls us to take next steps closer to Him. And I believe that there's so many next steps for our students to take. And our challenge for you is, one, what next steps can your students take? Maybe it's reading the Bible every single day for 15 minutes before they go to school. But behind those next steps, we know that it is very common that the enemy is going to try to get into our student's head because he's really good at that. But how can we not just lead them to their next steps, but provide accountability behind those next steps and behind those things that God is asking them to do? So how can you find within your small group, whether maybe it's you and your co-leader, maybe it's their parents, maybe it's other people in their small group leaders, but looking for opportunities to pair them up, of finding accountability and challenging them outside of Wednesday nights to continue to grow in their faith. Again, maybe that's, hey, there's 2 people that were interested in serving. Hey, y'all should sign up together and do it together. Or maybe it's y'all, 7 or 8 of your group, students in your group, or 7 or 8 students that you know that want to get better at reading their Bible. Hey, why don't we start a Bible plan so that we can help each other stay accountable, and we'll shoot a text in our group chat at the end of the night saying that we did it. Whatever it looks like for you, those are just a couple of practical examples, but continue to provide accountability behind your students' next steps. And then last but not least, next week we have Switch Rodeo. I'm super excited, so make sure you have that on your radar, because we're going to have so many new students in here. A great opportunity for you to build intentional relationships with your students, make them feel welcomed. And I'm super pumped. Not only are we going to have a mechanical bowl, and I hope that you guys are going to get on that mechanical bowl, but I'm super excited to have fun with you guys. We're going to have a lot of different things root beer floats, all that stuff. But it's a great invite opportunity. So be challenging your students to invite, reminding them why we invite our friends. But most importantly, it's going to be an incredible night. So I'm excited to see you guys this Wednesday night. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. But I will see you guys this Wednesday at 6:15. Wear your Switch Leader shirt, and I will see y'all very soon.